Up, 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 up. In the club, pocket dog, hey. What's good, y'all? I am OMA, one who may ascend, and today we are discussing the behind the lyrics of Life and Death. I wrote this back in 2017. I was living in Dallas with my dad after I left college. Stayed a little bit in Corpus Christi, went back home. So that's, to give you historical context. I was 23 when I wrote it, so it was about the summer of 2017. I don't know the exact month, but it was anywhere between, I'd say, June and December, obviously, of 2017, because it was right before I had left to move to New York. So I was 23 at the time, to give you some influences of musicians, other artists I was listening to at the time, that may have affected my state of mind when I was writing this. I was listening to a lot of Kid Cudi. You could hear the influence with the humming in the background, a lot of De Niro Ferrar, Denzel Curry, Suicide Boys, No of Cunning Linguist, that's K-N-O. He has a project called Death is Silent. It's one of my favorite projects of all time. That all of those musical influences help, contribute, to this project. When I was writing it, I didn't really have the theme of the song when I was writing. It was just kind of offhand. I was just listening to beats. So shout out to Rob Camp. He was in his bag on this one. I know he altered the beat a little bit to lengthen the second verse, which is noticeably longer, than the first one. Shout out to DJ Mikey of Metropolis Studios. We recorded this in Corpus Christi, Texas, after I finished writing it and everything, along with a few other songs. If I'm not mistaken, interestingly enough, my mother was present for maybe not this recording session specifically, but a lot of the other sessions, when we recorded this, which would have been in December of 2017, right before I moved off to New York. So that was a whole vibe, bringing me back to the state of mind in which these lyrics were written, quite some time ago. We're just, even though the music video version is just now coming to fruition, those were the situations and circumstances which created this project. It's interesting, because I had written this song with the content in mind. So I already kind of knew while I was writing this, going through the writing process, what this song had potential to do, and the video, the kind of theme of it. But I didn't go into the project with that in mind. We had actually intended to be a live action music video, as opposed to an animation, so seeing that it became an animation, we were able to do things that we probably wouldn't or couldn't have done if it was live action. But even with that said, if y'all are still interested in seeing a live action music video of this song, let me know. Let me know what you think. I appreciate y'all for checking out the animated music video. At the time of this recording, which I'm recording in November 22nd of 2024, we only have character designs of the music video, but I like where this is going. Shout out to Maria DC Tomas of the Philippines, and shout out to Rowena Megapon for helping facilitate the project. That's the team. Shout out to the team, helping us, seeing this come to fruition. This has been a long time coming, a dream of mine. This project is very close to my heart, so Shout out to everybody who's involved. Shout out even to Bundo Designs for designing the graphic design cover art for this project, which is the apple. You know, it's red on one side and it's green on the other. It's also symbolic of the life and death nature, you know, of the song. And not only that, but it's also very reminiscent. Well, the apple specifically is from one of the lines in the song. I've been a good apple, never bad to the core. But also, we decided to choose that, the apple theme, because it was very reminiscent of the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible. You know, so a lot of biblical implications in there as well. You know, so a lot of hidden themes, you know, present in the video and the song. Obviously, we have character designs for life and death. I can't speak on too much else of the actual music video because, like I said, at the time of this recording, we haven't yet developed the full music video. But a couple of things, at least with the character designs, a little bit of commentary there. So we do have character designs for life, death, as well as myself. We decided on life being, you know, kind of close to me, I guess like a female version of my likeness, I guess. But at the same time, we did want death to reflect pretty much the polar opposite of that, you know. So life is symbolic of like purity, whereas death is symbolic of negativity, you know. So we also wanted life. Some of these qualities in these character designs weren't entirely my doing, you know. So again, shout out to Maria DC Tomas for her own intuition and in the creative and facilitating the creative process of these character designs. You know, I like the white hair. That was not my idea, by the way, of life. But for me, it's like symbolic of wisdom, you know, despite, you know, apparently both of these, you know, character designs for life and death, they don't look too old, you know, but at the same time, it is kind of reflective of, you know, my likeness as well. I love the earrings. That also was not my idea. I like how her hair is life's hair is tied back. For me, that's symbolic of I guess, for lack of a better word, the restrictive nature of life. You know, with life, you have to behave and act within these certain parameters, you know, whereas death, you know, death is easy. You know, death, anybody can get it. You know what I'm saying? Double entendre there. Wink, wink. You feel me? So I thought that was very interesting. We did want life to be barefoot because it symbolizes that she's grounded. You know, she's present in the moment. We also gave her my Ankh necklace. Ankh is the Egyptian symbol of life there. And for death, we wanted, you know, snakes and tattoos and everything like that. Again, very heavy with the biblical influences, the references. I love the skull earrings. That's fire. You know, we wanted her to be sexy, you know, because for some, you know, death is more appealing than life. And it's kind of like you're lured into death, you know, but it's like life is, again, much more restrictive, you know. So that's my commentary so far as the character designs. Now let's get into the behind the lyrics and the actual making of the song. I love the chorus. It's got a lot of layers to it. It's relatively simple, you know, but in both vocals, that layer, the chorus, you know, I'm saying the same thing. It's just at a different pacing, you know. So if you caught that, I love that about the song. It's, you know, I love layers to songs. It kind of reminds me again that Kid Cudi influence, but also Kanye West, you know. The first verse, you know, I always like to start off the first like 2 lines with pretty much something impactful that is gonna almost like sum up the entirety of the song. So at this point when I'm writing, I don't exactly know what I'm writing about. I just kind of know the direction that I want to go into, and basically, it's a way of organizing my thoughts, whatever is top of mind when it comes to the beat, So I love that about the song. I love kind of like how lyrical it is. I think I didn't really know the theme of what I was writing, maybe until the hook, the chorus, or at least until Life is a Bitch But Nothing Like a Sister Can't Resist Her. I'd kiss her if she ripped the tears from my eyes. It's like, okay, now at this point, at least, in hindsight, several years later, I can tell from my writing style that I knew, what I was writing, thematically, So a lot of these lyrics, I'm just looking over right now, are pretty self-explanatory. Pretty deep stuff. Again, like I said, at the time of this recording, we have yet to have a fully completed animated music video. Again, I'm just looking at some of the notes. These are very dense notes that I'm writing. Ephraim. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. The baby's name, on the gravesite. I was just looking up, terms, and again, going back to biblical references, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. But the meaning is fruits of one's labor, So I actually looked up, baby names or names for fruits of, one's labor, and that's what came up, So that's where we got the name from the music video. A lot of symbolism, double entendres in these notes, at least in the notes. Still looking through my notes here with the lyric videos and everything like that. There was a static TV effect that was fairly prominent throughout the entirety of the instrumental, so thus too much static in my life. That's where that line came from, and kind of to give the idea that there's a lot of like white noise, that's overbearing. Sometimes you listen to that voice in the back of your head, whether it's for the better or the worse. You got your angel on one shoulder and the demon on the other, So just a lot of static and background noise, voices that you might not, I don't want to project, maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but I love the weight, and not just the weight part, where the beat drops, but also like all the sound effects in the song. Again, shout out to DJ Mike at Metropolis Studio putting this together. All the sound effects where it kind of makes sense to put sound effects in the background of the song. I love this scene. At least I have it detailed. Again, to date, I haven't actually seen how this looks. I just have an idea of it in theory at the moment of this recording. But there's we call Note 13, over at OMA Productions, among, Rowena, Maria, and I, but it's a long list. It's a lengthy list of pretty much any prominent historical figure that I could think of before the production of this final cut of the music video. It's maybe anywhere from 200 to 300 names long, but at least the idea of this is we're presenting like a yearbook of all of the deceased, prominent deceased figures that death, has basically, I guess, captured, acquired, for lack of a better word, and all the historical events, where death has been prominent. So again, I haven't seen the final product yet, but in my mind's eye, you know, I know Maria's gonna kill it. Love this, one of the final scenes where Death and I are getting it on, you know, and she kills me, you know, when we're climaxing like that. It's poetic, you know, it's a beautiful scene. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that comes out. It's just epic, you know, the way I envision it, you know. So again, let me know if y'all want a live action, you know, this whole thing. Got to sharpen my acting chops, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. And then yeah, finally, you know, Death wakes me up out of my sleep, and I come to, and it's like a flashback of everything that happened. You know, they say life is but a dream, right? You know, so yeah, I think that concludes my commentaries behind the lyrics of Life and Death. Let me know if there are any other questions which I might be interested in, any other content, you know, for any other songs, whether we cover Life and Death or music videos behind the lyrics, any questions, anything at all. However I can serve you all, that's what we'll do. Thank you very much for checking out this presentation of the behind the lyrics of Life and Death. Once again, I am OMA, one who may ascend. Over and out. Peace, y'all. Stay up. We're going all the way up. Eyes to the sky. Good ascendants, and those of you who are new, I am OMA, one who may ascend, conscious trap metal recording artist. Here on our YouTube channel, you can expect exclusive content, some music, freestyles, vlogs, exclusive behind the scenes, you know, so make sure you turn on your post notifications, subscribe, like, comment, share. You know, this is community, this is about family, this is about all of us. Stay tuned, the best is yet to come. We're going all the way up, eyes to the sky.